What's going on, everyone? DeBears here, back with another build video, and today we are going over a behemoth build for the Titan. All stasis shard, destroying, stasis melee, like type build. No, this whole build will just focus on blowing up stasis crystals all over the place, and it is super fun. So we got my mods here, whole lot of fonts, whole lot of super energy, as we can see down here, and with the two fonts on the top, one orb of light will get you up to that 200, and with the melee fonts, that'll get your melee up to 120. The health fonts just get your melee up to 50. The weapons font will get it up to 80, and the class font will take that up to about 60. But, I mean, your stats aren't going to be the same as mine, but if you can try to get your super to at least 160, or as high as you can, add in some fonts to get up to 200, and get your melee to an acceptable range to where a font will take it over the 100 mark, just so you can get a little bit more bonus damage. But that's pretty much all you want to go for with the mods. Just make sure your stat distribution is going right. And then for the weapons, I have been absolutely loving this Solemn Remembrance, which you get from competitive Crucible, and I have been searching for this role since Edge of Fate came out with Firefly and Headstone. It is the coolest, like, synergy you can get, because when you get that precision kill, you make the stasis crystal, and then Firefly will automatically blow up the stasis crystal. It's pretty sweet, and it's a really cool combination of perks. And for the exotic, we got Icebreaker. Of course, since we're making as many stasis crystals as possible, what better exotic to pair it with than Icebreaker? And if you have the Catalyst, it just makes it that much better. As to where you landing a hit on a slowed or frozen target has a chance to return the round to the magazine, which is super cool. And we have the Icebreaker trait, where defeating a target with this weapon causes them to explode, and or a precision final blow, or shattering a frozen target instead triggers an ignition, which is really sweet. And then you can just use whatever heavy you want. I've been rocking this Cold Comfort ever since the Rite of the Nine. Pretty good combo of perks we got going on there. And then for the exotic armor piece, I figured now you could, if you want to go all in on the super damage, you could use Syntheseps, but I figured just because this is just a stasis crystal focus build, might as well just go all in with these Blastweave Striders, which, I mean, they're not the greatest, but it's just, something to make as many stasis crystals as possible and make this just a pretty fun build. So the Titan got its change where its melee ability, sorry about that, sneeze, its melee ability now has 2 charges, which means you can do that a couple times. Now, see, when you blow up one of these, we'll pretty much get our melee back, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, essentially, you could do this a bunch. As you can see there, it creates and blows up the crystal. Yeah, coolest part, I mean, you can you can keep this going for a long time. And especially once you pop your super, then you can just continually make crystals with your melee ability, just because it makes a tighter spread of crystals as opposed to the main ability. And, you know, pull out Icebreaker. Like, oh, we got some stasis crystals. Let's blow them up with Icebreaker. Get the ignition off. It's just a pretty sweet combination of stuff going on here. Yep. Thought we would have enough. Oh, we do. Okay. And you can see once we have Blast Weave Striders all filled up, all you gotta do is slide, and then it shoots out a bunch of stasis crystals all over the place, and then of course blow them up with whatever you got, and the whole process just repeats itself. Crystals upon crystals upon crystals. So, that is pretty much it. I'll go over the subclass, and of course we got our only super, Shiver Strike, Glacier Grenade, of course, making way more stasis crystals, and this is the real aspect that you want to have, the Howl of the Storm. That is what gives this ability right here. You want to have that ability for, or that aspect for, to be able to do that melee. And as you can see on the bottom, that also grants an additional melee charge, which is what is key. And you need to have the Tectonic Harvest as well, as to where you see shattering a stasis crystal or a frozen target creates the shard, and then picking up those stasis shards gives you frost armor and melee energy, and that will just keep everything going, and frost armor giving you that damage resistance as well. So it all kind of keys together. And then for the fragments, of course, we got Whisper of Fissures to upgrade that the explosion of the stasis crystal, and then we got Shattering a Stasis Crystal, boost your grenade recharge rate, and shattering additional crystals increases the benefit. So I mean, we should have our grenade ability back a ton. We got nearby stasis shards tracked your position just to make that a little bit easier to pick them up. And primary ammo weapons do increase damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets, which will just make your hand cannon one-shot all of the crystals, just to make it a little bit easier. But that is about it. See, the tracking is pretty good on that too. So that's the build. I'm gonna run through a solo op with this build. After this, I'll show the clip. But until next time, hope everybody enjoys the build, and I'll drop a link in the comments section, or in the, no, but I'll drop a link in the description if you want to check it out. Until the next time, peace.
They're right cheesed off now. The commander is on their way.
job, Guardian. You should be ready for more solo missions. After everything we learned on Kepler, I think Ikora will be busy for a long time dealing with the Nine. But old enemies will not wait for vague prophecies. We will do what we always have. Fight for our city.